Okay, none of that is accurate. Although authors from Tor Heyerdahl, who started it all, always refer to the Easter Island mystery. And let's not call it Easter Island. The people that live there call it Rapa Nui. It is the most remote place on Earth, however, although it was not settled by people from South America, but people that came eastward from Polynesia. Nor did they sail in rafts made of balsa wood, but they came in Polynesian canoes and settled the island in an incredible feat of seamanship. No, the statues weren't their gods, and they didn't roll them down to the shore on rollers made of palm tree logs. But what they did do is colonize an extremely tough island and set up statues that are unlike anywhere else in Polynesia, or for that matter, the world.
That's the best view, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that I'm looking for the bell tower over there. Maybe I'll look at
The dome over there is the Marina. That's where also the name of the top side.
E te opu e rako tohua e te ae Kaia te mamari mano Kawe uki runga ki pukurangi manu kao Kia pōwa e te ao E uta e kawaru te puoko Ka papaki o rongorunga Paki paki o rongorunga ki raro Haka wari wari ro E uta e kawaru te puoko Ka papaki o rongorunga Paki paki o rongorunga ki raro Haka wari wari ro
The Rapa Nui colonists found almost no place to land on the rocky volcanic coast, except for a few spots such as Tongariki, where a large settlement arose, and the present and only town of Hangaro. On land it was harsh as well. One of the few sources of fresh water was a volcanic crater called Ranu Kau. The strong winds from many directions meant they had to grow their crops inside stone enclosures. The houses had to be shaped to resist the wind, and to grow their chickens safely, they had to make chicken houses out of stone. They cracked rocks and very carefully placed them to fertilize and protect their crops. Still, they held it together over 4 centuries until finally overpopulation, European diseases, and slave raiding reduced the Rapa Nui to a little more than 150 people left on the island. But even though so much culture was lost, they left behind one of the most iconic images in ancient history, the Moai statues. When the Europeans arrived, they found all the Moai toppled from their ceremonial platforms called ahus. Most lay face down until Tor Heyerdahl started the effort to set them back up. I can't explain the Moai any better than Christian Pacarati, the historian on the island.
So there will be lots of people here living and seeing and carrying out their rituals in this area. The ahu that we see on the surface are just, let's say, the most monumental stage in the evolution of these sites, because the ahu were never truly complete. When a strong, admired chief dies, the community gathers, and then they would make the decision whether that chief deserved a moai or not. So, okay, affirmative. They go to Ranuraraku to commission a moai to be made to honor this chief, and also to the image of the chief, conserving, of course, the stylistic guidelines of what a moai is. But each moai is a moai version of a person, and the descendants could look at it and find in that particular moai, or in that one, or in that one, features that were familiar to them because they look a little bit, they resemble the person that the moai represents. Okay, so carving and transporting, we'll talk a lot about that later, but
they kind of thought that
people do to them moai, well, they did things like these indentations and stuff. What's the meaning of that? We really don't know.
Bear. Oh my God.
Sideways when you are coming down, yeah? Not like facing the step.
one's much more naturalistic. Once the statues were pretty much finished, the keel was chipped loose and the whole thing slid down a special ramp. Theoretically, at the end of the ramp, if everything went well, it would go into a slight hole and stand upright.
Picture of my dad is not what he wants to take a picture of.
I wanted to do a race, but
The round red things on top of the moai weren't hats. They think what they were was a representation of a top knot of hair. The pukeo, or top knots, came from a different quarry that had a reddish rock. Years ago, something very interesting happened at this quarry. An islander managed to catch sight of an invisible demon called a kava kava. Now, getting sight of this demon gave him power over the demon because he knew the true form. To this day, the Rapa Nui like to carve the form of this kava kava and hang it where it actually is just inside the door. The way I think it operates, it's sort of like having your own private gangster hang around your door, just so there's not going to be any trouble. Orlana.
Yeah, you went. No. Stand in the camera, that's fine. Sure.
We need to know how to do it.
Ehi menea tuena haranga kiterani Sande owari Eru wa shimo 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 E pau pau kari Tau wa maki maki Eru wa maki maki E vai sa pau pau eia Tau saure wa Saure omari Eru wa shimo 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 E pau pau kari
At the end of the Moai period, the Birdman called to rose. It was symbolized by a figure that was half bird, half man. Now, the Birdman was selected each year by a contest. What they had to do was swim out to an island and bring back the first egg of a particular seabird. Whoever won the contest would have considerable power on the island for a year. Overlooking the site of the contest was the ceremonial village of Orongo, where small stone houses were built and only occupied for the festivities every year. To this day, the Rapa Nui still honor the figure of the Birdman and had actually selected one until the 1850s.